There's a new business tactic that's happening now on the internet. I was totally naive to this practice, but it's, I think, new situation that's happening, and it has greatly harmed myself personally and my company. And it would be a good warning for everybody that this could happen to you. People can smear each other on the internet and make up information, and for some reason people believe it. This all started about a year ago. Our company endeavored to pursue opportunities in Iraq. We felt we had to do a big, bold move, and despite all the risks, we decided to go for it. So what we did is we hired Iraqi experts that came into our office, and we stayed up all night making phone calls to set up meetings all over Iraq. Our biggest problem was to get a backer. We needed a financial backer in order to pursue the opportunities there. So we scoured everybody in the industry to see if they would give us a bit of money to go over there and try to secure the rights to develop these huge oil fields in Iraq. But it was very difficult. Nobody wanted to give us the money. Until finally, some mining people from Canada decided to back us. We needed about $70,000 for the first trip. You have to understand, Iraq is extremely expensive. Security alone is $10,000 a day. It's extremely dangerous. So I went over to Iraq with my Iraqi associate, our employee of our company. And basically we went over there and flew into Baghdad and actually proceeded to go all over Iraq. It was really a gutsy move on our part to do this. And basically I went with not much security, and we drove 150 mile an hour down Iraqi roads. I went to most of the provinces in Iraq, and we signed various protocols, MOUs, to develop oil and gas fields in Iraq. There's a special project that we were trying to pursue, and number one was to sign up oil fields in the various provinces of Iraq with the provincial governors, and also clean up the oil lakes in Iraq, as well as to take advantage of the gas flares that are burning in Iraq. And we felt that we could go in there and do some good. So I went there despite bullets and bombs and incredible danger to myself and to the people that went with me. We went all over Iraq. It's in all of the Iraqi newspapers. It's on Iraqi TV, and it's on Iraqi radio. And you can go on the internet and see some of the videos of me signing various protocols with the various governors. Well, I came back after about a month in Iraq. It's almost 130 degrees, wearing a suit, going through places where there were IEDs, there were ambushes. There were very few Americans running around outside the green zone in Iraq. So since my presence was publicized in all the media, there was a lot of people who were unhappy with Americans trying to kill me. But anyway, I managed to get out of there safely, and I came back to the United States. And these people from Canada wanted more results faster, and they didn't want to spend so much money. I realized that these fellows didn't really understand the oil business. They didn't understand how long it takes, how hard it is, and how expensive it is. These gentlemen, they call themselves Alpha Resource Management. The gentlemen are Rick Brown, Mike Hepworth, and Raul Sambra. These gentlemen then insisted, since I couldn't deliver exactly what they wanted, which was totally unreasonable, they told me that since they knew that my reputation in the oil industry was paramount, that they were going to do a media a smear campaign against me and my company unless I paid the money back immediately. Well, in our contract there was no provisions for me to do that. It was a simple joint venture. They put up the money, I pursued the project, and we split it 50-50. There was no provisions for any money back. But they put up about $70,000, and I said, for the sake of my reputation, and I don't want anybody speaking ill about me or was unhappy with any deal, I agreed to pay them back a certain amount of money per month. But they wanted it all. They wanted the whole amount immediately. Well, I decided to keep my Iraqi associate in Iraq and actually keep going with what we started there. So we're in the process of trying to set up a company and set up an Iraqi office. But basically, so it was very expensive. It's extremely expensive because we were paying for security. A hotel is $300 a night for a 3-star hotel. Renting a car is $500 a day. Anyway, so I was footing this bill. So to pay these guys back immediately was not possible. Anyway, they were not satisfied. So they decided to do an internet smear campaign. And they said to me that they were going to make up all kinds of things about me and my company and post it all over the internet unless I paid them immediately. Well, I didn't take them seriously. Who would do such a thing? It just seems childish. And on top of that, who would believe such a thing? The first thing that they did was to put on various websites that the whole thing going to Iraq was a hoax and that I had scammed them and I was a scammer. And so they posted all these things on the internet. Well, I thought, this is ridiculous. You know, I went all over Iraq. I have all the MOUs. It's on TV, radio, newspapers. I mean, who would think such a ridiculous thing? And they knew it. They knew it good and well. So I didn't take it seriously. But the power of the internet is amazing. I get emails from people personally, and people I don't know, calling me a scammer, that I'm a criminal, that I'm, all kinds of terrible things. The first thing that people do when they meet you is they Google you on the internet. And anybody can write anything and put it on the internet, and then you're done. So we had a barrage of emails and phone calls and texts from people all over the world calling me all sorts of terrible things. And to realize the irony of this is that I risked my life. I pulled off a miracle by signing many MOUs to develop multi-billion barrel oil fields at the risk of my life. I risked my life, and then I come back and these guys use this tactic to smear me on the internet. I just thought, this is crazy. So naturally I got a bit upset. And they said, well, you're going to pay up or we're going to do a second media campaign against you. And I thought, what are they talking about? This is ridiculous. And I'm not going to submit myself to extortion. So what they did, which is I guess fairly novel, is they invented people on the internet. They invented people, various people that supposedly knew me personally, to post all kinds of awful things about me on the internet. Women saying all these things that that didn't really even exist. We actually hired an IT person and traced their IP addresses back to their computers in Toronto. This is just incredibly shameful. The thing is that we've been trying to reverse all this. We filed a lawsuit against these people, but a lawsuit doesn't really work very well. Now, if you do decide to Google me or my company on the internet, I would appreciate it if you would not click on the bad links. That if you click on these links, then it only increases the page rank. So, this is a terrible injustice. This is a horrible thing that is done to me and my company. Anybody, anywhere in the world can destroy you, your personal life and your business life, just by posting a lot of false information on the internet. So please do not click on these links. We are trying our best to put out the factual information. If anyone has any questions about me or my company, they can call me or email me. I'd be happy to explain it down to the finite detail. I'm proud of my life. I'm proud of this company, and I'm proud of the people who work for this company. We've always worked with integrity and honesty, and we've always done a hard day's work for the people that have faith in us. I only believe in doing positive things. I tried to ignore this issue, and I don't like to bring up negative things, and it's a good warning for us all. But I have to bring it up because the tremendous amount of negative things that have come to us. People love to read about negative things, even if it's not factual. So I would ask you to not click on these links, and I would really appreciate the opportunity to come together to create something positive. We want to work with you and your company to create great things. We're still proceeding in Iraq. We have an office there, and we're still looking for a financial backer. I believe that things, albeit extremely difficult and tough, is something that's worth doing and something that we shall have the success in the end. We will have the victory. We will get through all difficulties, no matter what anybody does or says, or anyone who does fraudulent things or tries to extort money out of us. We're going to plant good seeds and do positive things. So please join us in doing great things in the oil industry and the mining industry. Thank you very much.